Hi guys, I'm back again with another very exciting video and you are watching Ramsha Tech Box channel. So please like, share, subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So today we will discuss about conduit, that what is conduit. So we will see about the types of the conduit, then we will see how many types of the conduits are available, and then we will discuss about each of the type of the conduit in detail. We will know about from which textures it is made about, and then we will also see about its uses. So in this way we get the idea that which conduit is used at a specific area. Now let's discuss about the conduit. So conduit is very a simple concept. It is used to provide protection and support to the electrical wiring. Let's suppose you are running electrical wiring in a building but you are not providing conduit to it, so then there might be possibility that it got break, and there might be possibility that any person can get in contact with the wire, and if the insulation would be removed at that point, then that person would get the electric shock. So conduits are very necessary because they provide support and protect the electrical wiring. There are different types of conduit, some conduit texture are in metal, some are in plastic, some are in fibers, or some are in fired clay. So it depends upon condition, and on the basis of the condition we decide that which sort of conduit would be used at a specific area. Now let's discuss about the types of the conduit. The first type of the conduit is rigid metal conduit, which is known as RMC, and the name is RGS as well. Basically RMC, RGS are same thing. The next one is intermediate metal conduit, which is abbreviated as IMC. The abbreviations are also very important because when you are doing electrical estimations, or you are doing any construction work or any wiring stuff, then basically abbreviations are used in spite of the full name. So it's necessary that you would be aware about the abbreviation. The third one is electrical metal tubing, which is known as EMT, and it's very important because it has a wide range of use. The other one is electrical non-metal tubing, which is known as ENT. The next one is flexible metal conduit, which is known as FMC. The next one is liquid tight flexible metal conduit, which is known as LFMC. The last one is rigid PVC conduit. So we will discuss all these conduits one by one. We will know that what is the texture of these conduit. We will also build an understanding that which conduit would be used at a specific area. So now let's discuss all these conduits one by one. So the first one is rigid metal conduit, which is known as RMC, and RGS is also the same thing. So basically it is made of heavy duty galvanized steel. It is used for outdoor, provide protection for damage and electrical support. Now the question arises that why it is used for outdoor, why it can't be used for indoor. Basically this conduit is made up of heavy duty galvanized steel, so that's why it will protect your wire from certain weather changes, like if there is a rain and there are some other very severe environmental conditions, so that's why it will protect your wire from all the environmental changes. If we use EMT or any other conduit, so it can't protect the wire in that way. That's why RGS is specified or RMC is specified for outdoor. So it is usually is in the length about 10 to 20 feet. Now let's move forward. So the second one is intermediate metal conduit, which is abbreviated as IMC. It is thinner, lighter in weight as compared to the version of RMC or RGS, but it has same uses as that of RGS. So in some cases when there are not that much severe conditions, so we can go with IMC in spite of RGS conduit or RMC. So the third type is electrical metal tubing, which is known as EMT, and it has a very wide range of application. Like it is thinner and lighter in weight as compared to that of RMC. That's why it is used for all indoor. EMT is rigid but can be bent with conduit bender, and it has different sizes like half inch, 3x4 inch, 1 inch, and so many others. It is not used for outdoor, but in some cases when there is water light fittings, then yeah, it can use for outdoor. But it is also made up of galvanized steel or aluminium, but basically EMT is used for all indoor wiring. So our next type is electrical non-metal tubing, ENT. It is made up of flexible flexible corrugated plastic. It is moisture resistant and flame retardant and used at inside wall insulation. Basically, it is used at those areas which have moisture. So there are some specific areas which have moisture in the wall, so that's why this is the best match for such users. So the next type is flexible metal conduit, FMC. It has basically spiral construction and it is very flexible and used for inside wall insulation. Basically, there are some specific areas like there are some sort of lights which are suspended. For such lights, we will go for FMC. For that suspension, we use FMC because it has a spiral construction and it is flexible. So when there is some sort of hanging or suspension slide, we use FMC. But FMC obviously can be used in some other scenarios which fulfill this criteria. So the next type is liquid tight flexible metal conduit, which is abbreviated as LFMC. Liquid tight flexible metal conduit provide very extra protection from corrosion and water infiltration. So basically it is flexible, it has plastic coating used for outdoor equipment. So basically it is used at those specific area when there is a lot of moisture and you need some flexible sort of conduit and you want your wires to be protected from moisture as well. So it is made up of hot dip galvanized steel core and PVC coating. It has a very high tensile strength and good mechanical protection as well. So it is used at those specific area when there is a lot of moisture and the equipments are very heavy, like wiring is very heavy. So that's why for those specific areas we will go with liquid tight flexible metal conduit. Seventh and the last type is rigid PVC conduit. So basically this type of conduit is very rigid. It bent after heated with portable heating box and used for watertight underground and corrosion environment. So basically PVC conduit, most commonly it is used for underground. Let's suppose that this is your floor box and this is your floor. So this is your floor box and there are some sort of sockets here. You have to pass the wire through the socket and run towards the wall so that the wire can move towards your DB. So the problem is that there is no other way except floor. So you have to run the wire through floor. So now you have two options, that you will have to run the conduit underground. So the problem is that there are some sort of conditions when you are running your conduit underground and PVC fulfill all these conditions. So that's why we will go with PVC here. So in this specific area when you have to run the conduit towards the wall, you will use PVC here because this conduit will run underground and then will use EMT here. Then you will take the connection from here. For such conditions, PVC is the best. So basically rigid PVC conduit is mostly used for underground. Hope so after watching my video you get an idea about what is conduit and about the types of the conduit, and now you would be able to answer any of the questions relating to the conduit and tell anyone that which conduit would be used at a specific area.